The college basketball landscape is shifting under our feet, and the transfer portal is moving at breakneck speed. Casey Alexander is facing a tough reality at Belmont as players depart following his tenure, while Scharnowski has officially made his move by picking Duke to bolster their frontline. This roster shakeup is changing the math for programs everywhere as we track every major decision in real time.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the PopSockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Who really crushed the portal and who got left behind in the chaos? We are breaking down the winners and losers as programs like Louisville and Texas make power moves to stack their depth charts, while Kentucky and Kansas find themselves scrambling to recover lost ground. This is the Wild West of college hoops recruiting, where fortunes are being won and lost in a matter of weeks. The future of the Duke Blue Devils is coming into focus as head coach Jon Scheyer crafts a dangerous starting lineup for the 2026-27 season. We are looking at why the return of stalwarts like Caden Boozer and Patrick Ngongba, along with the arrival of John Blackwell, changes the ceiling for this team. With new energy in the weight room and fresh faces on the floor, this squad is ready to make a serious statement. Jon Scheyer is silencing the critics by building a roster that experts are already calling one of the biggest winners of the offseason. By balancing elite retention with targeted portal additions like Scharnowski and John Blackwell, the Blue Devils are positioned as legitimate championship favorites according to the latest odds. Stay ahead of every breaking update by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel with notifications turned on so you never miss a play. Ever feel like the ground is shifting beneath your feet? That is exactly the vibe in the college basketball world right now, and things just took a turn that nobody saw coming. We need to talk about the total silence coming out of Belmont. You would expect some loyalty, or at least a few guys sticking around after a coaching transition, but the reality is harsh. Not a single player followed Casey Alexander. It is a stunning indictment of the current landscape, proving that in the era of the transfer portal, player autonomy trumps tradition every single time. And the hits just keep on coming. In a move that has scouts and fans alike picking their jaws up off the floor, Scharnowski has officially picked Duke. This isn't just a roster move. It is a signal of how aggressive the Blue Bloods are playing the portal game to stay on top. It makes you wonder, are we witnessing the end of mid-major stability as we know it? With the portal moving faster than ever, the traditional recruitment playbook is effectively dead. If you want to keep up with how these massive shifts are reshaping your favorite teams, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. At the end of the day, loyalty is becoming a relic of the past, and we are all just spectators in this wild, new world of college sports. Ever wonder why some college basketball coaches treat the transfer portal like a high-stakes scavenger hunt they always win, while others seem to be wandering in the dark? It is the new reality of college hoops, and as the dust settles this April, the divide between the master recruiters and the struggling tacticians has never been clearer. Let's break down who is actually building a contender and who is scrambling for scraps. First up, let's talk about Louisville. Pat Kelsey is putting on a masterclass. By pulling in guys like Jackson Shelstad and Flory Bidunga, he is not just filling roster spots, he is curating a legitimate rotation. It is a clinic on how to pivot, and frankly, Louisville fans should be breathing a massive sigh of relief. On the flip side, we have to address the elephant in the room: Kentucky. Things are looking pretty grim for Mark Pope. The Big Blue Nation is notoriously restless, and right now, they have every right to be. With only a couple of point guards in the fold and Louisville stealing the headlines, the pressure is mounting. Honestly, don't be surprised if the Billy Donovan rumors start hitting a fever pitch any day now. Kentucky fans don't do patience, and they definitely don't do rebuilding years. Moving over to UNC, they are taking some fascinating gambles. With guys like Avdalas and Log, it is all about raw potential. If Mike Malone can actually deliver on his reputation as a developer of talent, this could be a brilliant move. But let's be real. It's a high-risk, high-reward strategy that could just as easily implode if the chemistry isn't there. Then there is the disaster at LSU. Will Wade has one guy on his roster. One. When you are staring down the barrel of a full rebuild while your fans are already losing their minds, you are in a tough spot. It is going to take a miracle to turn that ship around quickly. Meanwhile, Texas and Sean Miller are proving that sometimes money well spent actually works. Miller is a seasoned pro, and he is outmaneuvering the competition by investing in players that actually fit his system, not just chasing the highest-rated names. Finally, we have to talk about the Giants struggling to adapt. Wake Forest is fighting a losing battle against the sheer spending power of their peers, and even Bill Self at Kansas is showing cracks. Losing 8 players to the portal and struggling to bring in replacements is not the Kansas brand we are used to seeing. With rumors swirling around high-profile recruits with major ego concerns, Coach Self has his work cut out for him if he wants to keep the Jayhawks at the top of the food chain. So, who do you think is winning the portal wars, and who is destined for a long winter? Drop a comment below, let us know your take, and make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss our deep dives into the shifting landscape of college basketball. After all, the roster you see today might be completely unrecognizable by February. But that's the game now, isn't it? Ever wonder what a championship-caliber roster looks like when you combine veteran grit with elite new talent? Well, Duke head coach Jon Scheyer is about to give us a masterclass in roster depth for the 2026-27 season. With a loaded squad returning and a game-changing transfer in Wisconsin's John Blackwell, the Blue Devils are shaping up to be an absolute nightmare for opponents. Let's break down the projected starting 5. At the point, we have Caden Boozer. Often overshadowed by his twin, Cameron, Caden proved he's a legitimate floor general this past year, shooting a steady 50% from the field. He's got the experience now to turn those freshman flashes into consistent dominance. Next to him, we've got the newcomer, John Blackwell. Bringing him in as a massive scoring threat is a stroke of genius, and honestly, it's a luxury that forces a selfless veteran like Caleb Foster to move to a bench role, a role he's professional enough to thrive in. Moving into the front court, keep your eyes on Dame Sarr. At 6'8", he's got all the raw tools. After another summer in the weight room, expect those freshman numbers to skyrocket. Then there is the forward spot. While 5-star recruit Cameron Williams is definitely knocking on the door, I'm betting Coach Scheyer leans on the proven, veteran savvy of Jon Scheyer to anchor the lineup early on. Finally, the anchor in the middle, Patrick Ngongba. His decision to return instead of jumping to the NBA is arguably the biggest win for this program. He isn't just about the box score. His presence in the paint is the kind of defensive anchor that wins tournaments. This team has balance, they have depth, and they have something to prove. So, what do you think? Is this the lineup that takes Duke back to the top of the college basketball world, or should the freshmen be pushing for more minutes? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe for more deep dives into the future of college hoops. Talent builds rosters, but chemistry wins rings. We'll find out soon enough if this group has the right mix. Is Duke officially the kings of the offseason? If you've been watching Jon Scheyer's moves lately, you already know the answer. While the critics were quick to jump on the setbacks, Scheyer has been busy orchestrating a masterclass in roster building that has the Blue Devils looking like a legitimate title threat once again. Let's be real. Scheyer promised an aggressive approach in the transfer portal, and he's backed that up with some heavy hitting. Landing Wisconsin standout John Blackwell is a massive win. This guy isn't just a shooter. He's the definition of a floor general who can cut, drive, and dictate the tempo. Then you look at the addition of Scharnowski, a big man who brings that gritty, physical presence and high-level passing ability that every championship team craves. It's a perfect pairing with the returning talent like Patrick Ngongba, who is poised to become an absolute force in the ACC. But the real brilliance here isn't just the newcomers, it's the retention. By keeping guys like Caden Boozer and Caleb Foster in the fold, Scheyer has ensured that the team's culture remains intact even as new faces arrive. CBS sports analyst Isaac Trotter hit the nail on the head. Duke is constructing a roster with the rare ceiling to be elite on both ends of the floor simultaneously. Even with the challenge of replacing key departures, this blend of veteran leadership and incoming firepower is exactly what separates the contenders from the pretenders. Even without landing every single target, Duke is already sitting tied for the best odds to win it all on FanDuel. The foundation is set, the pieces are in place, and the hype is entirely justified. Now, the question isn't whether they can build a contender. We know they can. The question is whether they can finally clear the final hurdle and deliver a banner. If you're a Blue Devils fan, this feels different, and for good reason. What do you think? Is this the squad that finally gets Scheyer his championship ring? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more college hoops updates. Remember, in basketball, you build a team to contend, but you win a championship by proving it when it matters most.